All right, so this is my first test of a. Ah, god damn it, it's always some fucking ass. This is my first test of a 360 camera. I have no idea how I'm supposed to film on this thing. Can I look around like I do with another camera? I don't know. Oh. What is it with me and dogs, man? God fucking damn it, I don't have time for this. I'm gonna go talk to him.
Yeah, crazy, man.
Huh?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I got bit by a dog over there. Now I got this going on. This is what they mean when they say a neighborhood's going to the dogs.
Yeah.
Oh god, I hope I don't get shot. Yeah, I was coming by and the guy with two Dobermans, he saw it too. I was going by this way and all of a sudden he almost came damn near through the fence. Big white pit bull right here at the corner. You got fence post, see there he is, he's pacing, but watch, you'll see if he becomes exploding out here.
This is a dog hole.
No. This ain't a dog hole. You see it right here where the wood's coming off. So he came exploding through here. Right there. Damn near came bursting through. You see where the board's coming up. Look at that. That ain't gonna hold him.
Yeah.
Thought I'd let you know, cause.
Nah, yeah. No, cause I got two more of the dogs. Well, they're not mine. They're my brother's.
Yeah. But I just got bit by a dog over there on Espanola, so.
You telling me too?
Oh, did you call it in?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you go get the shots?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Parkland.
Okay. I went to UT Southwest and I couldn't get my PCP to tell me anything, and I was like, "What's going on?" You know?
I went there. They took. I got shots, but they didn't give me no stitches or anything. They said they let it heal normally.
Yeah. Well, at least you got the shots. You got four shots or two?
I think it was just two.
Okay, I got two so far, but they want me to get four because they were saying just in case. They got the dog on hold?
No, it was 2 years ago. They put them down already.
Oh, okay. All right. As long as they don't show it, because that's the thing. They usually kind of reserve it for like if you got bats or something other wild creature.
No, but I'm pretty sure they put them down already.
Yeah.
All right, let me know.
All right. Thanks. Oh, hey. You want me to cut you out? I gotta ask. Yeah.
What's your YouTube?
Boring Dallas.
Morning Dallas?
Boring Dallas.
Boring Dallas?
As if I'm boring you guys to tears, but people think this is exciting.
I don't mind.
Okay.
No, hold on.
I'm gonna cut out your mom though. I don't think that's cool.
Okay.
All right. Damn. Oh, parking job. That's 10 minutes I didn't have. Actually, no, that's not exact. Well, yeah, that was 5 minutes I didn't have. Okay. That's a hell of a parking job. Ah! This time the hat blew up and I was like, I don't care. Because I got a camera that can... Damn, about to blow through that stop sign. That's the only thing I don't like about this floppy hat is about this sun hat is the brim's floppy, and so you're sitting there trying to block out the sun, and then the wind hits you and just... Hey, how you doing? Jackass. Oh, that's new. I mean, I was filming terrible in 2D, so I guess I'll be terrible filming in 3D too. I have no idea what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm trying to keep it as upright as possible. They don't really give you a mount for putting on your head. I guess people don't do it that way. I'm supposed to grab a selfie stick and put it out in front of me, and it edits out the selfie stick. I was like, you know, selfie sticks just seem like that thing for pretentious pricks. Maybe I was supposed to chest mount it, but then you can't see around me. The guy said, I paid for 360, goddamn, I'm gonna get 360. Oh, this I don't have to see behind me. I mean, I still have to see behind me, but waiting on this guy, and I don't know what he's doing. I guess he's just watching me.
Quiero verlos correr, ¿eh?
Maybe there's a secret to keeping this hat from flopping up and down like it's doing, but man, all that grass is growing in there now. Since it's 4K, I don't have to zoom in on it as much. Coming up behind you. Don't want to startle you. Like I said, Mother Nature decided, hey, I'm not going to give you, I'm not going to make it easy on you. Forget about it. Two ducks fighting for a piece of bread, huh? You know, you can put up all the signs you want, but how are you going to enforce it? I guarantee DPD don't care. You got the same problem I got. You got the floppy hat and wind blew up the brim. Those lights still out. That wheel's got some wobble to it. See, I used to turn around and take a look, So the camera's going to catch that anyway. That's the cool thing about having the 360. Let's see what they're doing to the dam. I'll come back here again and do it right proper. This is a sample. Yeah, so I'm gonna treat this. This is the test. This was to see if the equipment's gonna overheat. This is gonna see if I got everything at the right angle. This is gonna see how long but I got a late start. Because my schedule's been knocked off because of the dog bite saga. For another day. Try to get back. I'm trying to get around Nancy Caroline Point before the sunset. Gonna try to pull my brim down. Is nature gonna say, no, I want it up? All right, so 1 hour filming. Wait, did I? No, I started it. This is the 30-minute mark. I think if anything was gonna go wrong, it would have gone wrong by now. I think the breeze is helping. gonna go get some of the skate park. Give me a quick run walkthrough. I wish they left the walking gate open, that way I can just go into the driveway part, go around, and then come out the other side. Dallas in its infinite wisdom. It'd be funny if I think I'm getting all of this and I'm not. I mean, I didn't hear anything, but it's so fucking loud, I can't hear anything. So sometimes my camera will cut out, I won't even be remotely aware of it. The only solace I take is when I hit that shutter button and I hear a confirmation beep, beep, beep. I'm like, okay, cool. Quick once through, and my ass is out of here. Go see if I can catch the sunset. Not really sure what all. There's a loop back around here with, looks like a bus stop or something. Oh, it's getting good use. Okay, so some kind of gazebo with, oh, it's a porta potty. All right. I'm just trying to stay out of these folks' way, while at the same time getting some footage. Got about 10-15 more minutes sunlight. With the red direct sunlight, I'm not getting anything. Oh well. You suck at this? Most definitely. Let's go. Once again, this doesn't make like a lick of sense why they did this. It's almost like they intended this to be a second entrance and then they said, nah, don't do that. What was the rationale behind that? They said most people are going to be driving here anyway, so there's one entrance in and one entrance out. Hey, how's it going? It looks like this was, then I would have gone out this way. As you can see, they've got this permanent, they got a lock over here for whatever reason, I don't know. Anyway. Wow. But swimming in that. I can't save you. All right, that was a quick once over. What did it cost you? 5 minutes. I think we're gonna make it. Nope, we missed it. By the time we get there, it's gonna be it'll still be nice. What are you thinking about? All the people have gotten kind of comfortable with, and no one announced right. The asshole just zipped right by me. I tamed my hand, or I put my thing out, and he'd got a clothesline. Anyway, people are getting used to seeing cameras everywhere. I often wonder whose video post do I make it on too. I just can't believe I'm the only one. I do a search and I try to find, and there's little snippets here and there, but there's nothing long term. Anyway, there's a guy that asked for this. I want to say, I hope I don't say his name wrong, but I think it was Michael Caramillo. He's asking, he says, please, more footage of Bachman. And I'm like, all right. I told him, I was like, I got the 360 camera. We're going to try it out. We're going to see what happens. And it's funny, I'm breaking out the new camera, and I damn near had another dog attack on camera. That dude with the Dobermans, and as soon as he saw that, he turned the other way. He said, "No, let me. I'm turning around." Again with the wind, and you know what? The brim ain't staying down this time. All right, So somebody's keeping this path cleared out. And yeah, there's your little pathway. More pathway. So someone's making sure to keep their little part cleared out. Bleach. They got rid of the tent. They still have the flag and the sofa. Okay, no fire can this time. I guess they cleared out. Okay, there's the shopping cart from last time. And the tent was right there. Okay. I got a lot of beds over here. I mean, it's a good spot for it. Got somewhat of a canopy. So yeah, the encampment looks like it's growing. Oh, look at that. It's a stork. Bird. Yeah. Stork or crane. See if I get a good shot of them. There we go. Trying to, but there's a lot of people coming around. Look at that. What did he call these? Mats? Concrete mats? Alright, no more filming, no more lights, I don't think. That's the other reason I want to come down here is they told me they cleared out the trash on the ADA sidewalk. We'll see. Anyway, trying to get a good picture of the construction they're doing over there, and they got all this growing over. Which is what you want. So the guy with the small penis really wants my attention. what the rationale was behind just putting loose gravel in this transformer station. Is it a fire code thing? Is it just cheaper? I think it was concrete before. But it used to be a whole lot bigger. I don't know, man. Dallas. They say all this stuff wasn't here when they first built the park. It was just the park, and then someone says, "Hey, we're going to build all this around it. We're going to put a boat dump next to it, and an airport, a transformer station." The water treatment plant, it was here before the park was here. Maybe it's a rain thing. That's what it is. They did this for drainage. I see one train go by. I guess I'd be complaining about that if no, they're never gonna have that happen. It almost feels like we're coming into the end here. But in the dream, when we were actually chasing utopia, there was a time when we thought that maybe DART would start running trains more frequently and in more areas. And so like every 10 minutes you would hear the train go by here. It would be an annoying new source of noise, but it would be progress. $124. Alright, so that's like every 15 minutes. I told them the fence was messed up, and they just tore the fence down. Do they not worry about someone jumping over that thing? So Surecrest open for business, or they still got it buttoned up? Actually, I don't need that. Okay, yeah, it's open. Great, I can stop taking fucking Mockingbird. I put in a request for a cross spot. We'll see how it goes. On the city of Dallas, they'll just look at it and say, well, we don't really need one over here. Oh, the only reason I got this, it was a PBS special or something with a guy who died taking the speedball. People talk about Thundercat, and that was the only reason. Still gonna replace the foot pad. I forgot to pop the strip off of here. The blind spot? Not really. Pretty dog. Thundercat. How much you gonna bet they're gonna leave that there for a long time? Say, well, we got tape around it. they got more trash sitting over there. What is it with this sidewalk? Dog of dogs. Hey. All right, let's see if we can catch some of this. Nah, it's the same stuff it always is. Lights that take forever to fix. Trash that never seems to go away. Still out. Not gonna replace the ballast anytime soon. Well, I'm sorry that I can't give you the sunset over the lake, but maybe I can give you some of the residual stuff here. Hey.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
Got him on camera.
Yeah.
I know, it almost got like a 30 view.
Almost. Working on it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I catch it and it's that orange and the pinks.
Yeah, kind of orange and pink's real pretty.
Yeah, but I missed it today.
Then water's a little high. Well, I mean, it probably don't look too bad there, but if the water's a little higher, you get like a long, good view.
Yeah.
Real nice.
I get in the shimmer right here and see the ducks.
Yeah.
Somebody asked for this, so.
I hear you. I've seen you out here a few times. You come out here walking or jogging a lot, huh?
I come out here, I try to get out here once a week.
Yeah, I thought I saw, maybe it was last week I saw you, I thought, or something.
I missed out. Like I say, I keep trying to do it and life gets in the way, so.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get some footage for these guys called the Friends of Bachman Lake.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a meeting. They're over there. You know where On Rotation is?
Where, I'm sorry, what?
On Rotation.
No, sir.
That's over there off of Lemon.
Okay.
Where, you know where Braniff and all that used to be? And they got the hangars and all that?
Yeah, over there, yeah, on Lemon, yeah.
Yeah, so they put like a bunch of stuff.
Like private jets or?
Yeah, where the private jets were and all that. It's I guess they turned one of the hangars into a brewery and grill.
Yeah, and they got that Lincoln outside, and they got a nursery over there.
Right, then it's right by the nursery, and then right by that dealership.
That stuff was Braniff, I think, yeah, shut down forever.
Right, yeah. Back when I was a kid, I had a friend who his mom worked there, so
okay.
Yeah. Braniff, yeah.
Did she retire there, or do you know?
So the way it worked out was they worked at Braniff.
Well, I guess they kind of went out though, but maybe retired in the airline industry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So around the 90s, they went to Florida, and so she moved. I guess they had some kind of station over there, so she was over there at there, and I don't know what happened after that. I think they pulled out right before 2000 because the joke was, remember South Park?
South Park. Oh, that cartoon.
Yeah, the cartoon.
Yeah.
So they used to say Braniff, believe it. And this was when they went defunct, and that was like in 1999, 2000. So I think they probably couldn't retire. They probably got bought out by then.
Yeah. Maybe if they rolled over, lucky. If not, they kind of got the boot, and you're like, man, what am I going to do?
Yeah. Well, there's
some
other.
Some companies might. I don't know. A lot of people got 401k, but some companies might have like a pension.
Right.
Which might be a little bit better because you get that check every month forever, you know?
Yeah. That's kind of like the
versus, you know, you might have 200,000 or 300,000, but how long is that going to last, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you did your investments the right way, I know.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I know American was laying off a bunch of people. I had family members who lost jobs when American laid off, but they let them keep like Sabre in their 401k, and then that person wound up going over to another airline, and so.
It rolled over.
Yeah, it kind of rolls over there. I think they switched over to 401k by that time anyway.
Okay.
So that's why a lot of people are trying to do all day. You ever catch anything out here?
Yeah. In the past, in this little spot, a lot of times, but the water's low, so they, you know, 'cause we're working on that dam, so I don't know where they move, but don't know, March, you know, April, somewhere around the time, maybe even May, like right when the sun would start setting, it seemed like they start biting like in that little bitty cove area or something.
Okay. Well,
So I caught a few. Well, we caught a few. He used to catch a lot of little ones, a couple times some turtles.
yeah.
I mean, we always throw them back. I don't know if it was last year. I caught a pretty good one, man. On the pictures, like from here to here.
Okay.
Pretty big, yeah. I mean,
Catfish?
no, bass.
Bass.
Yes,
Oh.
sir. Black bass.
There's something stirring. You missed it.
And you see a lot of the, like when you're, because that's all we're kind of just throwing lures, you know, fishing for bass.
Yeah. I didn't even know they
Breaking
had.
our bag. No.
I didn't even know they had bass in here.
Yeah, they do, yeah, because he even, I guess he started getting into it. He looked online. They show like what years that they stocked it.
Okay.
Maybe after this is all done, maybe they'll stock it again. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But no, there's some in here. You just gotta find them. You know, with this water all messed up, who knows? They might have went deeper.
Right.
If you don't got a boat, you can't get out in that deeper.
Right. I mean, I know the water.
Usually the water's like what, up to here?
Well, right where you're standing, yeah, that's all
Yeah,
water
yeah,
reserves, and
right,
you can
right.
see
Yeah, look
where
out.
it's all dried up.
Man, all this stuff probably, I don't know if it'd be there, but a lot of times maybe it can't grow in water because we're gonna try different spots, like even behind Bachman Lake. I mean, behind Waterburger.
Yeah, the branch.
Yes, sir. Right back there.
I was gonna say,
kind of sometimes.
And that's what I was saying. I see you guys over there over the branch. They by marker 111, 114 or something like that over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You just got to watch out for the encampments every once in a while, though.
Yeah, you can catch them pretty good over there. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just the water's low and it's giving all this brush this ability to grow. You know, where it probably wouldn't grow if the water was up here. Because usually, man, you can go anywhere and there ain't all this crap.
Have you tried? You tried?
Like, man, we need to call someone to come out here and maybe trim it, because then you go fishing wherever, you know, when you don't got a boat. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you put a 311 request in. Well, I mean,
well, 211 or 311 or something.
yeah, you put 311 in. I'll put it in. So I'll just. But the bottom line is that you send it to the parks guys, and they. In fact, I got a picture of it now. So, and maybe they'll get around to it. I'm still trying to get them to fix that ballast and fix the light over there, and they fight me on that, and so I have to escalate it, and then I talk to the friends of Bachman Lake, and we try to get it together, but. We'll see.
They told me, even the police, about things. They said, I guess it's the loudest voice gets heard.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Whatever that saying is, it means keep calling.
Yeah.
Because back in our little neighborhood over here, there's a park. It's called Overlake Park.
I know exactly what you're talking
Okay,
about.
man, that chain link fence has been down for years and it's getting worse. The trees are starting to grow like towards the ground. I've called them and said, hey, the trees and this and that. They go, yeah, we know about it. We usually trim in the winter, which might have been last winter or winter before.
Okay.
So a year or two later, here we are. They still haven't trimmed them.
Right.
And then, because when they first did that pool, it was real. I mean, this park was real nice. It used to be a parking lot.
Right.
I mean, forever. They used to have European Crossroads.
Okay.
If you probably remember.
Yeah, I do that. Yeah.
You remember Brandon, if you remember that.
Right.
'Cause I've been born and raised all around here.
Me too.
I grew up here.
Yeah.
But the park, like where they got the swings, like for the kids.
Right.
I guess they had mulch or something in there. Kind of kept it pretty decent. But now it's like deep with nothing in there. You see weeds and grass. I mean, it just looks like crap.
And the equipment's all rusted. And then on top of that, they got.
The equipment might be all right. They look like they just restriped the basketball, so that's cool because kids play there all the time.
Right, and then you got the what do you call it? The soccer field. It's all muddy because it gets wore out. And I was like, maybe they can resolder to put some kind of turf up there or something.
Yeah, or swimming pool. No, but yeah, they play soccer out there every damn day. The dudes, I mean, they're young, I guess.
Right.
Work construction all day, got energy to play soccer. They got to be 20s or 30s.
Yeah, there's always something going. That's the community
yeah,
is.
right underneath one of them big, beautiful trees is full of water, so that sprinkler system's got to have a leak. I saw that 2 or 3 days ago. I said, man, it's hot. It's not raining, and that puddle of water, there's got to be a pipe broken.
Okay.
I think they put a sprinkler system. I mean, it may have been quite a few years, but when they first built it, they did.
Yeah.
I think we used to have a water faucet there. They took that out, maybe.
Yeah, they took them all out. They used to have them over here too.
They either break or people mess with it. They got a grill over there. You used to see some homeless people, man. They
set fires.
cook out. Not well, keep warm sometimes, but they'd be all pitching in and cook out chicken and stuff.
Yeah, I saw one dude. He had a big.
They weren't harming nobody. But,
yeah, but he had a big fire going. He has like the pits right there, and he's. I had it on the ground.
Yeah,
and then
on the streets stay warm in the winter.
Yeah, and then over there by the Denton Bridge, they got a little encampment that comes and goes.
Oh man, have you seen over here by Target?
Yeah.
Underneath that bridge, I guess they've had to clean up once or twice, but I don't understand how they let them get away with that.
I mean, because it's not. Well, they had a sign that says there's an ordinance, but they don't really enforce it because it's just OHS is overwhelmed. I call them, I tell them about all different encampments, like where you're at. They got, so over there, so like you were saying, we're community 2745, where they got that that gas station, that Texaco or whatever it is.
Sir, right there by racetrack. Yes,
right,
sir.
so racetrack, they got that canal there, and it's just constantly filled with trash, and then you see guys back there dealing and using.
Oh man, yeah. My alley.
Yeah.
Man, there's used to be more syringes. There's not too many syringes. I saw a little orange cap the other day.
Yeah.
With a lot of condoms. Prostitutes probably go back there because we got a 8-foot fence, and the neighbors started putting 8-foot fences, so they probably say, hey, this is a good place for a stick up.
Yeah.
No, but man, yeah, I guess they go back there and turn their tricks.
I guess so.
When I go out there weedy, man, you see all this nasty stuff, you know?
Yeah, like Over Lake, where they got the twice as ice and the La Mijo, what is it? No, what is it called? Seniolese. So they got that little alleyway through there, and they got the people that sleep in the alleyway, and then they got the thing all grown up. And I was like, man, it's kind of. I go there on Thursday. I'm gonna go there tomorrow, and it's just like every time I go there, it's just like I can't just walk through there real quick. There's something going on.
Oh, there's a lot of action. These apartments, a lot of everything, you know.
Yeah.
Like last night, man, I hadn't seen it in years. You know, mostly you'll see like crackheads a long time ago.
Right.
I guess they had 3 or 4 hoes walking. There was an 80-year-old lady.
Yeah.
And then there was 2 other girls walking, and then there's a little store called A1 on Story Lane in that Overlake or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Dude was standing outside the SUV BMW. I said, that might be the pimp. But I was like, man, I haven't seen it like this in a while. But lately we've been seeing some, lately but some hoes, you know, prostitutes.
Right. No, I get it.
Not no crackheads, but prostitutes.
Right, and just like these.
Somebody's trying to take over a little neighborhood or something.
Yeah, one time I went through there after a meeting over there where the bank was and the Timberlake and all that, and they had this ugly looking dude. He had to be the ugliest guy I ever saw, and he was the pimp. And this girl was wearing the leather skirt, it wasn't covering anything.
Oh man, I've seen that. One girl saw the cops, she pulled it down.
Yeah.
They passed, she pulled it back up, bush and everything.
Yeah, I was like, ugh.
That chubby white chick, man. But I was tripping. I was like, man, they got these kids at the park and they doing this shit.
Yeah.
But you know,
the mosquitoes are
eventually, you know, because you see all the big houses, like they say, they tax you out. You know how they've been doing that everywhere, all over Dallas.
In my neighborhood too. Yeah, we had that happen. So I'm on the street where the you remember the gas line blew up?
You're talking about, so you're a couple of blocks over from Durango.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if it was Cortez or what, I can't remember.
No, it was Espanola. So they blew up, and so I went over there, and it's like we had an issue where we had a drug house over there, and these guys were standing in the drug house, and it was creating all sorts of problems, and we're constantly calling the city, hey, they're doing this, hey, they're doing that. So finally nuisance abatement got them out of there, tore down the house. We had 3 lots. And before you could even blink, man, they're putting up the big McMansions up there. So like you said, prices. I
drove down Durango today to go to Midway.
Okay.
Right there on this side of Mark.
Yeah.
We say about the gas blew up.
Right.
There's like 2 or 3 lots,
right.
2 that are empty, and I'm like, man, they're coming that close.
Yeah.
Now they're working their way.
Yeah, they're going to be here.
Closer, they're smaller, cheaper.
Yeah.
But they're still expensive, you know.
Like they want something like the house that blew up where I'm at. They wanted $775,000 for it.
I bet you, because across Marsh Lane, I think there's like 1.2, 1.4.
Yeah.
And the further you go to Midway.
Right. The higher it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you got a house over there, you know, and later on, you know, you sell that sucker for 500 grand.
They're not even trying to offer that.
700 grand.
They're trying to get us out from under. Every day your phone gets spammed. You're just sitting there blocking them. It's like, hey, I want $1 million.
what they trying to offer?
370, like 325. They're like low balling, real low ball.
If they build the house for 500, that's 8. And if they sold it for $1 million, they're making $200,000 profit.
Right. It's gonna dry up now though, so. All day. Right.
You know, so they get a little more taxes, but and then you know, the house is old, man. Like next door neighbor, he's done some work. It ain't that fantastic, but I think he had about 1,000 on the back. So that increased taxes. You know, they got full permits. But,
right.
Shit, I don't know if his is valued at 375, almost 4. It's like after a while, that house that don't look too fantastic. Only worth 500 grand.
Check the DCAT, see what they say, and then
that's the Central appraisal district price.
Right, and then you go on Zillow.
What, 10 or 15% above? Because I remember going to some classes like flipping houses a long time ago.
Right.
They say, that's the guy that but when you sell it more than that, 'cause that's just fantastic tactics.
Right.
And a lot of them are 50% depreciated because of how old they are.
Yeah.
Or maybe they don't know, hey, somebody's got central air, or someone gutted it out, rewired it, put new sheetrock. So
They got the floor plans from when they built it way back in the 40s.
50% depreciated, then that $300,000 house would be worth 600. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, that's when you go to sell it, try to argue or something. But right now, it's like
They just want the dirt.
you want to pay lower taxes. Is right now. You don't want to argue and say it's worth more.
Right.
Yeah, because they'll be like our lot, well, it's my mom's, but hers goes off like a pie, so it's pretty big. I don't know if the lots are worth 30,000 on the tax value now. Maybe 40. They worth 20 for a long time. Now they're worth 30.
Yeah.
But it's like everybody's got 30,000. Ours backyard, if you were to divide it up, it's almost the size of 3 houses. So really, our land value shouldn't be worth 30, should be worth times 3 or at least 2 or something. You know, if you did the square footage.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it's like, I ain't arguing no point, pay more taxes.
Right.
So when it goes to sell one day, then that's when I'll like argue. You know, we got more square footage, this price supposed to be different.
Right. Yeah.
But anyway, just talking.
No, I get it. Like I said, and people don't get to. I don't get to have conversations that often. A lot of people don't. So.
Yeah. I always talk too much, man.
Yeah. So let me know if you want me to cut you out, by the way.
Make friends or just be friendly, you know.
Yeah. You want me to cut you out, or you don't care?
I don't care. Man.
Okay. A lot of people don't. You know. So sometimes.
Bachman leg.
All right, man. The mosquitoes are tearing you up.
Kings.
No kings, for real.
Man, you seen that shit on CNN?
Yeah, it's like they try to make it more, like they try to make it bigger than it was, and it was like, it's just people out there, you know, doing their First Amendment right.
Yeah.
And y'all gonna sit there and the police were sitting there trying to instigate stuff, and I was like, okay. I was like, but everybody knows the truth. All I know is that they had 5 million people at that thing, but that nobody showed up for Donnie's birthday party, so.
Yeah, man, I don't even think that thing cost no 45 million. I think it's kind of like, let's say it costs 45 million
and put the stuff in his pocket. Yeah,
man,
that's
because that stuff, them dudes, if they get paid 30,000-40,000 a year, no matter where they're at in this planet, they're gonna get paid the same.
right.
And then tanks, you know, what, you have to fly them in or bring them in on a train.
They brought them in on trains, and then, but they say they got to fix the street after all that because they went the treads and all that. But so I watched it on.
One of his buddies probably has the concrete company.
There you go.
Guido.
Yeah, the mob guy. Yeah,
Exactly.
from Atlantic City. Yeah, so like, I know I looked at some of it. I watched it on Reuters and NBC, and some of it didn't look right. Like some of the people were wearing the uniforms, their sleeves were all off. It looked like they weren't following like the uniform code.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I asked this guy who was an Army veteran. I said, hey, something looked a little off. I said, do they have like actors that they hire every once in a while? He said, yeah, sometimes that happens.
Oh,
when
shit, I bet.
he said sometimes what'll happen is like they don't have enough people for you know to do the march, and so they'll get somebody off the thing and put him in an actor and put him in the uniform and have him march with everybody else. And he
Like
said, but
that Tifa,
yeah,
they went in there and got everybody riled up. You know, if that's the truth, you know.
yeah.
Yeah, you know they pay some people go there and stir things up or whatever.
Well, they got pictures of that during the George Floyd protest. They had this dude
That's
just,
what I'm talking
he had the
about.
umbrella and he was
Dude
just
got
breaking
everybody
glass
riled
and
up.
everybody just looked at him
Let's
and
open that liquor store. Everybody got full of liquor. Said shit. Let's tear it.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. That was a good plan, but yeah, the people went in there.
yeah,
What do you got to do with this? This has nothing to do with you, but you're over here.
right.
I mean, that's my take on it. You know?
No, they're just trying to,
No, but those missiles that Iran and Israel.
yeah.
Yeah, man, they got it going over there, man. Thank God, man. Hope we really haven't had any wars over here, you know. So thank God we hope we don't. We're lucky. Look at us conversating.
Right.
Everything's good to people over there.
Or like in Ukraine, like you said,
Yeah.
people are having conversations in underground bunkers.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. Scared for their life.
Everything's blown out. I got bit by a dog last week,
Oh,
and I was able to get the rabies shots, but then I was looking at this one video. They had a soldier, he got bit in the trenches and he couldn't get treatment, and they showed him on video and he's got the tremors and he's all shaking, and he was gone like 2 minutes after that video, or like 10 minutes after that video.
no telling how bad he suffered. You see that, but how did he feel? You know?
Yeah, so he just, I mean, it's a horrible way to go.
Yeah.
Because you can't drink and you're everything seizes up and then you're out. So, but I mean, like stuff like that, I was like, something that would, like, before the war happened, he would have just gone to the place and they'd have gave him a few shots and he'd have been fine.
Exactly.
Couldn't do that out there because the infrastructure's all messed up.
Yeah,
They couldn't rotate him out.
No food, you know.
Yeah.
And we just walked the store and buy a gallon of milk. We'll have to milk that cow, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
All right.
Got dark.
I hope I didn't slow you down.
Nah, like I said, I this is waiting for me to test to see what kind of night footage I'll get out of this thing. But this was a test.
Night vision on it, or?
This got night vision, this doesn't. So this one right here is just it's like a police body cam, and then this one right here was a 360-degree thing.
Okay, cool.
So I was testing it out, and I was trying to get some footage for somebody, and I wanted to definitely get the sunset.
Yeah, they usually got a pretty one right here, like you said, that orange.
Yeah.
Pink and purple like sometimes.
But I thought I missed it, but it was actually just the cloud just kind of messed it up, so maybe next time.
Yeah, it's been getting cloudy at night. Last night was pretty windy, felt pretty good, you know, but then it's kind of, you know, I'm like, man, now's the time to kind of like work on something outside.
Right, like I think somebody's praying hard because, like I said, it should be brutally hot by now, and so far we've been escaping the worst of it.
We've been lucky. We're halfway through the year and it just started, yeah.
Yeah, but not like, the weird thing is like Fairbanks, Alaska, they put out their first heat advisory.
Oh, yeah.
They got 86 degrees in Alaska. So it's coming. I mean, it's here, you know.
103 heat index tomorrow. I was at the Typicals overeating earlier about 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
I was looking at the TV and it looked like it said 103 tomorrow, so that's got to be the heat index.
That's going to be fun. And the ozone's going to kick up. Man, I ain't going to... You know what, you telling me that I might skip tomorrow. I don't know. I'll be over in your area. You'll probably see me.
Yeah, I'll see here and there now. I know you.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Waymond.
Waymond. Desi.
Desi.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
like Desi, like the. Okay.
Desi or Desi. I love Lucy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I was a Lucy fan.
My sister loves them, so she's watching marathons, that, and all the other old shows from the '60s.
Yeah.
So, I remember Desi because he was the guy. Him and Lucille Ball, they were the ones who got the money and greenlit Star Trek.
Okay.
They had Desilu Productions footed the bill and got the production costs all together for Star Trek. So if it wasn't for them, they wouldn't have Star Trek.
But I saw the Desilu Productions. That dude, I guess he came early, is from Cuba.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he came over here with nothing, but it's like that dude became a multi-billionaire or millionaire, you know?
Yeah.
And then my mom ended up hooking up with a Cuban dude, you know, not my dad, but another one, my stepdad or whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
But I said, that's kind of coincidental, kind of named after a Cuban, and then she hooks up with a Cuban. What's going on here? You know?
Always had a stage for the Stogie men. Okay.
Yeah, you ain't telling me.
All right, Desi.
All right, brother, take care.
Good luck, man.
Yes, sir. What's your brother? Hello?
Howdy. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. My dad used to do stuff like this. I guess I ain't too... In some ways, like, we were far apart on a lot of things. But my mom gets upset and she says, sometimes you do stuff just like he did. You know, this guy's growing on me. I wish I remember what his name was. He was a white rapper. He died of a speedball. He was taking heroin and cocaine mix or whatever you want to call it. And he was a guy that, like I said, the only reason I found out about this was the bass player of Thundercat, and they did an album together, and they did songs from the album on PBS. But I guess that's the way some of this rap has gone, is it's not really it's not like a lyrical song kind of thing. It's more of a spoken word slam poetry kind of deal. Like people talk about Kendrick Lamar, and I just can't get into his stuff. It has nothing to do with the lyrics. It has everything to do with the melody. There is none.
No, don't get your hopes up, man. They fixed the light?
No, it's still dark in there. Too many butternuts. Charles Bertel. Playing Deathwind. I mean, he's not playing Deathwind. Deathwind played after the. I think about the insane percussion schemes that were in the F-Zero soundtrack. Like I said, Deathwind feels like you're driving a car with a weird, irregular acceleration. Like it's putters. Does he eat up my time? No, I gave it to him. So people are just starving for conversation, man, and I'm hungry as well. It's kind of neat to talk to somebody who they feel like they've been here forever. But yeah, like he said, maybe I'll go over there tomorrow and get some footage, put in some tickets too. I find it interesting what he said about they only cut once a year. I was like, that sounds like bullshit. Looks like this one's going out. Sorry, I want to listen to Deathwind one more time. I mean, this is a good test. 2 hours and it ain't conked out. So like I say, the Insta360 did better than the GoPro when I first cracked it out, even when I got bit by the dog. Shit, it's 9 o'clock already? Ay, ay, ay. No, it's too noisy to enjoy anything around here. One more time. I need to find a 15-minute loop of this. Maybe I already have one. Okay. Damn, I need to get some daytime footage of this. They painted in the crosswalk. They filled in new stuff here. Took out, like there's no signage here anymore. It used to be a yield sign. They don't even have that anymore. So you just, I guess you're supposed to just blindly merge out into this. Oh, did not even think about widening this. That comes in the future. Maybe. I saw the plans, that doesn't mean they get executed. That just means they have plans. You see, they've had a bike trail plan since 2011. Here we are 14 years later, not really implementing much of it. The joke I always make is Dallas would be a nice city if they ever finished building it. People fishing. Debating how I'm going to render this. Am I going to render it in 265, which will probably take forever, or am I just going to use hardware accelerated 264? I think I'm just going to use hardware accelerated 264. All right, glad you thought about stopping. Proof that just because you have a Cadillac doesn't mean you have brains in class. It just means you got a Cadillac. That light probably hadn't worked since the old Bachman Lake Village was here, with the dollar store and the movie theater that they never quite built because the Citizens Against Tinseltown shot it down, all these fucking NIMBYs back in the 80s and 90s. This is part of the old structure. That over there was the new stuff. They've changed the facade, but this is pretty much the old shopping center that Clausen had over here. But they used to have a biblioteca, not a biblioteca, what was it called? Libreria. That's the confusing thing about a bookstore. Libreria is a bookstore in Spanish, but a biblioteca is a library. excited to see how this is going to turn out. It just feels like, yeah, normally I would be, but it just feels like it's going to be more work. An hour to figure out how to render it, and then a couple of days to render it. Alright, get your pepper spray ready. Maybe they're keeping the dog inside.
Whoa!